The floor is yours, Ms. Diachenko.
Okay, so we are calling to order the transportation.
Sorry, one moment.
It is not your floor, I
We're
apologize,
good
Ms.
now.
Diachenko.
Very good now, okay. So I am calling to order the Transportation Committee meeting at 5:45 in the Beecher High School Library. Do we need to say who's present? Or no?
She'll have
Okay.
the record of it. You can
So-
say all committee members are present.
Okay, so all the committee members are present. Do we have public comment?
There's one on Ashley's, but I don't know if that's for.
Ms.
transport-
Weitzel, was this for the regular board meeting?
Regular board meeting.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's for regular meeting.
So seeing no public comment, the only item on the agenda is a bus 18 repair.
Okay. So with bus 18 is a diesel bus that is in the rotation currently. We had to go get it looked at, and it came back that it needs some significant engine repairs that are going to range between $7,500 to $8,000. That is outside the scope of my ability to say, go ahead and purchase it. But it is a bus that is part of our routes, and it is required to be on the road. So until it is fixed, we will have a sub bus, but it is not a permanent sub bus. So what I wanted to bring to you guys here was that we kind of need to get it fixed, and I wanted to make sure you guys were aware. That way when it comes up at the board, within the board meeting itself, you have knowledge of what it's about. Do you have questions about bus 18?
Just out of curiosity, how old is it?
That bus, I would have to ask Jim, that would be the next one that is out, to be cycled out. So probably in 2 or 3 years, if I had to guess, probably late 2000 and aughts, like 2007, 2008. So this is kind of a Band-Aid to put it on for about 2 years until we can get it out of service and put it as a sub bus. And then we'd move this to be a sub bus, and we'd replace it, and then whatever our sub bus is currently, would probably go to the scrap heap at that time.
How many years are the buses on rotation then for, is it just based on like maintenance and how they're doing, or is there like an actual year?
Well, there's not an actual year, but it's, a lot of the recommendation comes from Kelly and Jim. So when Mr. Cox was here, there was a big push at that time to kind of update, Larry can kind of speak to this, to kind of make a lot of bus purchases to update the fleet in general. And then once we got to a place where we're nice and stable, we could just start on a rotation basis. The plan was every other year, do a big bus, and then on the off year, do a shorter bus. And so at this time, 18 is the oldest one that we have. It would be the next one that's off cycle. And I think mini-wise, he didn't ask, mini-wise, we are in need of one more in time. So, but they are getting one this year. They're getting a big one and a little one this year. So I will not be having any kind of recommendation this year to purchase a bus at this time.
But then once this repair, it'll be a sub bus, so like what, the money we're putting in, we're still using that bus?
Well, this will still be in cycle this
For
year.
2 years.
For 2 more years, yep.
Okay.
But in 2 years, so I guess would be next year's fiscal year, I'd bring it to you that we should get a bus, and that would replace 18.
Got it.
How long will it take to fix it?
It depends on, I can ask Jim, I mean, it's sitting there right now, and as soon as I give him the thumbs up, my guess is probably a couple days.
So do we just need to make a recommendation that we're okay with?
Sure. You just can't make a motion to do anything with it, but you could say, yeah, it would be the recommendation of this committee to move forward to the full board with that recommendation.
Are you,
I'm in agreement. We need it in the
okay, so then we will make a recommendation to go ahead with the repairs that are needed for the bus. We don't need to give you a cap or anything, it's just, that's the repair.
Correct. You'll actually see the invoice at the next board meeting. As I said, rough estimate was 7,500 to 8,000. I'm not a full mechanic, so it could be 82, 83, but it's not going to be like $20,000.
Do we need to put like something like, I know we're not actually approving it at this moment, but do we need to like put a cap on it, like not to exceed, yada, yada?
Yeah, when the motion is made during a regular board meeting, if you want to say not to exceed, $9,000, just or $8,500 just to make sure there's that cushion in case something does come up in the inspection of it. I'm fine, yeah, you guys can do what you'd like with that. When that time comes, make sure that you read it correctly.
I don't know, I'd probably say, knowing cars, probably not over 10, we probably need to revisit it. How much is a new bus?
A new bus?
Yeah.
About $100,000.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'd say as long as it's,
You say $500,000.
No.
$100,000. No, if it's electric, it's that.
yeah. I'd
Well,
say-
electric's not about 250, 230 now, but.
But it's, we'll still, even beyond the 2 years, we keep it as a sub bus.
Correct.
Yes.
That's
So
why I
we'll get
just-
some longevity out of it.
Right, so, I think as long as there's nothing truly extensive else that they find, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Any public comments or anything else? Say public.
Part of the other, I can tell you that the minibus has arrived, and the cameras are scheduled to go in there on September 20th. We are still waiting for the 77 passenger bus to arrive. That was sitting at, I think it was Grant Park, had it previously, when you guys bought it used, and then obviously, not obviously, but Grant Park leases all their buses, so before they could give up their buses, they needed a bus to come in and replace it. So that should be here as quickly as you can. And I believe that 77 passenger will be the KACC bus.
How many are currently going to KACC?
We are down to 50, you remember, Mike, 55, 56. So
Okay.
I know when we brought it up to you guys last year, it was around 60, 65, 67.
Right.
Yeah, it was a lot. KACC had to drop one of their programs. I don't think it affected, if it affected anybody, it may have been one student, but I do not remember Matt Kelly telling me any Beecher students were involved, but it happens every year. We've got a lot of kids who come in and say, hey, you know, I really want to do KACC. You apply, and then Mr. Sarseny looks at their schedule and says, well, you need these requirements to graduate, and it doesn't work out in their schedule. So.
Anything else? Any other public comment? So we make a motion to adjourn the transportation committee meeting?
Okay. Okay, call to order the August Beecher Board meeting. It is 6 o'clock now. And for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Noting all members are present. Okay. I need a motion to approve the policy committee meeting minutes of July 10th, 2023, and the regular board meeting minutes of July 10th, 2023, please.
So moved.
Second.
Missouri,
Yes.
Flickling,
Yes.
Diachenko,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next motion, I need a motion to approve the regular board meeting executive session minutes of July 10th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Flickling. Yes. Diachenko,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the August 2023 expenses as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Diachenko,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Flickling.
Yes.
Motion carried.
And Dr. Gaham is going to review the treasurer's report for us real quick before we move to approve it.
You should have it in your packet. By law, we have to officially put into the record the cash balances, so I'm going to read those specifically. So the balance of all funds as of July 31st is $8,476,781.69. More specifically, our accounts, the Ed Fund has $5,610,595.49. Building Fund is $677,474.37. Bond and interest, negative $74,261.86. Transportation Fund is $921,751.83. IMRF FICA is $252,572.60. Site construction is 0. Working cash fund is $227,333 with 0 cents. Tort fund is $299,898.37 and our life safety fund is $581,417.89. The back end has distributions, including one real estate distribution, and you should also have in your packet, you do, your investments. Any questions?
No? Okay, so I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Hanson.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Mazurek.
Yes.
Flickling.
Yes.
Diachenko.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, guest in recognition, I have 2 up here. So Mr. Solopinya,
I believe Carlos first. Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
No. Long you're okay with
That was a very gentlemanly thing.
that. I don't want to do Opinion, South Planning here in Beecher. I just want to address the policy that was set in place with the Department of Education Civil Rights and use of allegations that were made. But I was looking over the policy on the website, and I noticed, on 10, specifically engaging in bullying, hazing, or any other kind of aggression behavior. There was no mention that I could find of anything as far as music, students rapping or singing the use of the N-word, which I think probably would be a good idea to put in there, in my opinion, just to address any other problems, any others, that way there are no other problems. But, as far as the word goes, it shouldn't be used regardless of anybody's skin color. So, that's it, that's all I got.
Thank you. I hadn't used this yet, so now it's like, Okay, my next one, Miss Carla Weissel.
Carla Weissel, Beecher, Illinois. When I was on the school board a few years ago, the district was growing. Parents would come to board meetings concerned about increasing class sizes, especially at the elementary school. And then we would add new teachers as the need arises. I recall classes being in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I looked at the board packet today and was appalled at the plummeting enrollment, especially in the younger ages, like the elementary school. Beecher 200U has only 52 students registered with a projection of 66 students. I was always concerned about 200U's test scores, but now they have become terrible, even being noted in newspapers. My concern is the poor test scores have negatively impacted the reputation of the district and now enrollment. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to staff reports. Miss Black, you're up first.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to highlight a couple of things in my report. One thing that did not make it in because I wasn't exactly sure when it was happening, but our new drop shot that PTO has been raising money for was installed over the weekend, so the kids will have a new, I guess, piece of equipment to play with. If you haven't
Nobody drives by?
If you haven't driven by elementary school. Anyways, it's out there, it's a big circle concrete area, and It's similar to basketball where the kids can just shoot in. It's not really a contact kind of game that's being played, and they can count points and things like that. So I know the kids will be very excited for that, and thank the PTO for that. I did have the opportunity to record a video about an hour ago, highlighting some of Dr. Gaham's points about what arrival and dismissal will look like the first 3 days of school. I wanted to point out, Dr. Gaham went through and talks about the area that, what the new traffic pattern would look like. I wanted to speak to some of the more smaller details of what it looks like, dropping your kids off at the front door, making sure not to wave to your kids and get them to come to your car while we're waiting in our line, things like that. So that will be shared. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm used to Mr. Duncan being back there. That'll be shared by Mr. Duncan shortly on our Facebook page and also on our website. If anyone would like to at any point tour the sensory room. So before COVID, we, Mrs. Compton and myself have spent some time and money over a few years getting together some things to make a sensory room. And unfortunately, when COVID happened, that kind of all stopped for a little while, sharing of things and all the spaces, and we needed to spread out as much as we could, so some of those extra areas were used. But over the summer, we did work really hard to get that room set back up. So we have one area that's a little quieter, some dim lights, quiet activities, and then we have another area for students who need to burn off some steam. So we did change it, it's a little bit more centrally located in the building now, so hopefully it's a little bit easier for everyone to access it. So I'm really excited about unveiling that to our staff and having students able to use that area as well. In my report, when I submitted it, I did not have a kindergarten number because our kindergarten numbers just fluctuate so much, and with that, a lot of those being new students, we're accepting new students right up until the first day of school. So I do have our current number is 58 kindergartners enrolled, which is a couple less than last year. But our total enrollment from the beginning of last year to the beginning of this year was only a difference of about 4 students. So, and as I looked at this EC, I had 14, but I know that there are 15, so maybe only 3 students. Did anyone have any questions?
I noticed you had in here that you'll be implementing a new SEL curriculum. What exactly is that?
The curriculum itself or SEL?
Both.
Okay, SEL is social emotional learning, so it's what we use, kind of if you think back to maybe when we were in school, almost like a character counselor, you talk about different character traits and things like that. So we have been using Second Step, which is a good program. We've been using that for quite a while. Some of our materials and just the videos that went along with them and things like that were getting to be a little bit dated. So this program, we looked at a couple of different programs. The social worker myself, and I had a couple of teachers who also looked at some programs over the summer. This one is, hopefully it all works out. Like I said, some of us have looked at it, we haven't implemented it yet. It's all online, should have a lot of videos and resources and songs and things like that.
And it's something that they do every day?
Not necessarily. It's at least once a week is my goal. A lot of times the younger grades do have a little bit more flexibility in their schedule that they're able to do that. And the program does have like a 5-minute piece that they could work on each day for the younger grades. So when if they're having their calendar time in the morning or things like that. 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, to be honest, really does it more like once a week because they're switching and their schedules just don't have as much extra time as the others.
Is that something that Beecher just does, or is it like mandated by the state?
You have to have it for your co-top, or for like any SPED classes. A lot of times it's mandated that way.
Okay.
It might be helpful to tell what we have done in the past.
Right, we used Second Step in the past. It was part of every classroom had a weekly time slot. It went along in our specials blog. So before their schedule changed this year, we had 9 specials blocks a week. And then that 10th time, so it was during the same time, that 10th time would be our SEL instruction.
Oh, okay.
So we have had that as part of our curriculum weekly, and this is going to continue that. Okay.
It'll give them like, it gives them like scenario, like the video will show two kids playing on the playground and like one kid maybe takes something and goes away and,
Yeah.
okay, it'll pause and be like, what should Sally have done during this and that kind of thing. It's just kind of teaching them social skills.
Right.
By
then
example a lot of times.
Right, part of what I really like about this curriculum too, along with the daily or weekly lessons, there's also, it's called the gym, where teachers can access, if they're having a certain issue within their classroom, they can access mini lessons about a specific area. So if they're, I don't know, if it's a younger grade and they have a lot of tattling going on, they can look at something for tattling. If they're having something, you know, whatever, they have a whole resource list that they can have in front of.
Which sounds way more beneficial than second step. Because it kind of just goes through and
Yeah.
you have to do the steps, how you have to do them. And you have this big issue in your class like tattling, but we're not working on tattling, we're working on recess.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Been very vertical today.
Okay, next up is Dr. Kwasny.
Good evening, everyone. You all had a nice summer. I just have a few things that I wanted to share. First, I wanted to thank everyone for helping us get ready for the school year. Of course, our amazing ladies in the office, the tech team, the custodial staff, and the maintenance staff have really helped us get ready for the year. So I wanted to publicly thank them. We have already had a lot of students in the building. We had back to school band that has been going on and has wrapped up. We have also had our students into the building for schedule pickup, lock pickup, put in their supplies, tour the building, all those fun things. So we're starting to get them acclimated as well. Just by coming over, but you know, after the summer you kind of get scared again sometimes if you're a sixth grader or a new student coming in. So we've seen a lot of our students in lately. And then also I wanted to share our junior high open house is going to be on Thursday from 5 to 6:30. So we look forward to seeing everyone. Parents and students are welcome if they would like to come. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention is that we are pretty excited for a few different academic things going on this year, including our MTSS program that we're expanding this year. And we also have a new program, it's called Newsella. We're going to have a virtual training on that tomorrow. So that's really going to kind of help us with differentiation, which means kind of challenging our students who are on the higher end and then supporting our students who need more help. And that's going to be covering reading, social studies, science, and there's also an ESL component for social emotional learning as well. So we have a virtual session tomorrow. So we are very excited to have that as a resource for our students this year and for our staff. Does anyone have any questions? It sounds like you use it at your building, yes? Yes. And do you really like it?
Yeah, it's one of like our resources that we can use if we'd like to. And it is mostly the English and social studies teachers.
We did a training, it was kind of brief though, at the end of last year to see if we wanted to do this. We'll have the formal training tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. You can go in and really tailor to the students' reading levels, which is nice.
Yeah, that's great.
So-
We're excited. And then for Spanish too, for our ESL or our EL students, we're excited to have that as a resource. Anything else? Thank you.
And I forgot, elementary's open house is tomorrow, Tuesday, right?
Yes.
5 to 6:30. Sorry, I meant to mention it and I forgot. Tuesdays. Okay, Mr. Meyer.
Hello. I'd also like to say thank you to Ms. Packus and Maddie Boley this summer. We know the building's old, but we know we can make it look sharp. And Ms. Packus and Maddie Boley did a tremendous job of painting our academic hallways up around the corner over here.
And the
redid
bulletin
our
boards too,
bulletin
right?
boards.
I saw those when I walked in the
So-
other day. I was like, oh, that looks so much better, just the paint.
Fabulous. I mean, we still got a ways to go if they'll still continue to do it. And again, I don't want to hog them all because the other buildings need things too, but I will recognize them in front of our staff as well tomorrow. But I appreciate their work. They really did a great job. Mike Stanula, Mike Cedar, and Jason Pomeranski, academic hallway. When I stand here, you know, during passing periods and things, and I see the pictures this way and this way and this way, it drives me crazy. And so now they've organized it, so now they're straight, so now hopefully we can kind of keep them straighter and not me lose my mind at the end. Jason Pomeranski, a high school senior now, but working outside, clean the courtyard. The courtyard hasn't been touched in probably a couple years, and I may be fabricating, but at least, I know at least a year. He did a great job of cleaning that up. I'm really happy that Mike was able to hire him this summer. Busing, I know Ms. Belt was going to talk to me about it. I'm going to say a few things on busing. I talked with Mrs. Flaney, the transportation director, on how we will do our first 3 days. So I want to make sure I got the streets right. So our plan is whichever street they want to use in terms of Chestnut, Country, Meadow, and Orchard, those are all lanes. If they want to go west on those, off Route 1, go west down to Catalpa, and then when you get to Catalpa, you're going to come north. This will be in the morning only. So the drop-off will be on Miller Street, and they're facing east. We just think there's going to be so much congestion on Hodges back here, I think it's Hodges back here, that they're not going to be able to get in. It's not going to be conducive, etc. We still think the KACC bus will be early enough if she gets there at 7:20, 7:25, whatever it is. They can park, she can park there, get the kids on and get out. But we think we'll do that on the beforehand, and after we'll still do the same thing. They'll come west on Miller Street, the two buses, the two shuttles, just like we've done in the past few years, and then take those individuals down to elementary. So we think, and it's up to the bus driver, which we talked to Ms. Flaney, it's up to the bus driver if she wants to use Chestnut, or they want to use Chestnut, Country, Meadow, Orchard, whichever is not the busiest, pull in there, get on Catalpa, and then come east on Miller. And lastly, I really liked our 9th grade orientation. We just need to keep it, I don't know how to say this. Need to keep it present and maybe not quite as senior level.
Yeah, futuristic.
But he was great. He did, and I'm not talking about anybody specifically, but it's going to be so much better. Next year, we had a conversation, all of us. I was shocked. I think probably half the kids were there. I bet there might have been 80 people total. And I was really concerned we're going to get 10 or 20. I know sometimes you have the meetings and no one shows up, but I was floored, and it was great. It was absolutely great. And then they walked the hallways, they asked questions. Dr. Gaham was on a corner. I mean, it was great. So I'm really pleased. I was pleased with that. So I just want to say thank you to the parents in the community and everybody that participated and helped. And we'll just try to get that slideshow down from 27 to about 8, and then we'll go from there.
Well, he
Again,
missed the tips for success too.
Yeah, no
I'm
names.
like, that's what they really need.
No names. So,
That was the first time you did that, right? Is that the first time?
that's the first time. I don't know if you guys have done it before, but that's the first time that we do the 8th grade day, like when the kids come over to graduate or walk through graduation, we do something very, very similar. But then we just talked about it this year, and we're just like, let's do something in the summer. It's probably just the right thing to do.
I think it definitely
And
helps.
it's an hour, it was an hour and
kids.
15, I mean, after everybody walked by, and they wanted to stay, that was what's crazy too, and it's like, ooh, so, that was good, no, but yes,
It
we'd
was
like to
good.
continue.
It was good.
Thank
It
you.
was good.
Well, even just them getting their schedules and being able to
Just
walk
walk,
around,
yeah.
because that's a lot of anxiety they have, like,
Yes.
where do we even go the first day?
100%.
And knowing where their
Yep.
stuff is, because
Yep.
they're now the little dogs, so.
And then looking at the school links, how to pick their classes.
Mhm.
'Cause
And I don't know if you guys know anything about that, I know Steve comes in and talks to the
Yeah, and they
kids
do
about it all the
8th
time.
grade, and the
Yeah.
kids know, like,
Yep.
because Aiden tried to
Yep.
switch one again, and he's like, it's locked on school links, like, this
Yep.
summer, and I was like, well, email Mr.
Just reach
Sarcy
out,
and
yeah,
tell him,
he's all-
it's
yeah.
locked, and this is what I
100%.
want to do.
Yep. Anything else?
And your open house is Wednesday,
Yep.
5 to 6:30,
Yep.
right?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay, last, Dr. Gaham.
Oh, I gotta put the BHS open house in my calendar. Parents also learned that there's no systematic numbering system to our rooms. Because I was standing out here and
Yeah,
they say,
yeah.
where's 33? Who's the teacher? Where's 22? Like 22's there, 33's there,
yeah.
15's there. So I have no idea how they numbered this back in the day, but we figured it out. We got a lot of people taken care of, so it was a very good night. I want to reiterate one other thing and say thank you to GDI. All 3 of our principals noted how great the buildings look, and it really is. I've toured all 3 buildings within the last week to make sure everything's ready to go and up and running. And the buildings are clean and they're ready to go. And I've had teachers who've walked in and go, oh my God, I'm not used to this. And a lot of it had to do with our staff, but GDI sent their 4 staff members all throughout the summer. And if we asked them to do something, they did it. So they were a tremendous help to making sure that we were successful this summer and getting everything ready to go. So I want to make sure that they got acknowledgement as well. A few things. There were 2 FOIAs this last month. Both of them were satisfied. I'd like you all to I would like to invite all of you to tomorrow's Institute Day if you can make it. Starts at 7:45, continental breakfast. We start the actual activities around 8:20, 8:30, so if you can make it, great. If not, I completely understand. You have jobs. But I thought I'd extend that invitation. 7:45. If you should, yeah. It's here at the high school. We're going to start in the cafeteria with food and then transition to the old gym for our morning activities. I just thought of this when Nicole presented. I understand most of you guys aren't educators, and that's perfectly fine. So if someone comes up with an acronym or an initialism and anything that you run across, never be afraid to ask. We'll gladly tell you what any of those mean. We live in a world of acronyms. That's all we are. And I guarantee you there's more out there that have been added within the last 6 months that I would even have to look up. So please don't ever hesitate to ask what anything means and what it applies to. Lastly, so I wanted to make an official statement here at the board meeting about the Penfield plan. I know it's a cliche, it takes a village to raise a kid. Well, it quite literally was a village meeting that we all sat down. The chiefs, Bob Heim from EMA, Bob Barber, Matt Connor, and the construction company. We sat there for 45 minutes, hour long, making sure everything was squared away before we moved forward with the plan. So I made a video, I sent it to the police department, I sent it to the fire department, and I sent it to the village. They posted that. I know they've shared it with some other people. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is going to go smooth. It's going to go seamless. There's going to be 0 problems because we have a plan. Mr. Meyer talked about the buses. In terms of the buses getting to the community center, they'll still do the same drop-off over there. They'll drop some kids off at the high school, and then they'll get to community center. We cannot have community members parking in the community center because we have buses that will be turning around over there. So there will be other places to park, I promise. But the community center, we need to leave for the buses. There, they'll be met by either EMA or the police department in the morning. And as the kids get off the bus, we'll have village folks escorting them down to the walkway and into the side of the building. So our buses will be escorted by the adults from the village. I know there's some trustees who are also going to be out there. Again, you guys are welcome to join if you would like. I'm not too concerned about that because, again, it's the buses and it's kind of out there. Obviously, my bigger concern is on the other side, which is the student drop-off. And I get it, this is going to be a trying time for us all. The plan is, parents are going to come down Hodges. They're going to stop at the corner of Hodges and Catalpa. They're going to drop their student off. We'll probably have them allow drop-off. It's basically the baseball field from Catalpa to the high school drive. There's enough of a gravel lot. People can stop. They can go off to the sidewalk. And then we'll have Beecher staff walking them to the building. Once they get to Catalpa, they'll turn left, which is south. They'll go to Park Street. They'll go to Birch, and then they'll come back down to Hodges. We will have 2 officers, and even Bob Barber will be out on Route 1 directing traffic. The buses will not be coming down that way, so hopefully that will help with a little bit of that. Once they get out there, then they go about their day and about their business. So there's a few concerns we have, obviously, is we can't have people parking on that gravel spot. We can't double park, because if you park there, then we have kids who can't get out of their car. So nobody, please don't park in the gravel. Staff is not even going to park in that gravel area. If you want to walk your kid to school the first 3 days, I understood, I just told you can't be at the Career Center. Pin and Tonic and the Village have both offered their parking lots to be used as parent parking. And our police officers and Mr. Barber will ensure that you're safe travel across Route 1. So if you have a kindergarten and you really want to walk them to school the first day, we understand 100%. Please park at the bowling alley or the village hall. Walk down to, you can see our officers. They will stop traffic and make sure you get across there safely. They'll do that Monday, or Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So right now, we will be back open on Monday, and it'll be whatever it was for the last few years. So that's kind of the big plans. After school, similar thing. The buses over there are still gonna go over there. We'll walk the kids that direction. I'm not too worried about that. Again, I'm gonna ask the community not to park in the community center at the end of the day. If you do some stuff, business during the day, I think they're gonna blockade it off, but I can't attest to that during the school, during the actual day, but I know after school they'll try their best to block it off. Mr. Myers already addressed the buses come this direction for the high school. Same thing, Hodges and Catalpa, you'll take a left, go around and back out to Hodges. We believe EMA or the police again will be out there on Route 1. The more difficult thing's gonna be when you get there, and Miss Black is part of her video, you know,
Just a walkie for your kid.
yeah, you have to be aware that we have to get your kid out there to you. So we need a lot of patience from our community when it comes to the pickup. But again, you can't pull through, you gotta go on Catalpa, you gotta do the turnaround. So we will have a plethora of adults out there to help out. I assure you, student safety was the very, very, very first thing we all talked about at that village meeting. We're gonna make sure that the kids are safe. And to help that out, the community, just be patient, be aware that you have a vehicle, and we don't want any kids harmed by you driving through or trying to park or be somewhere you're not supposed to be. So, any questions on Pamphlet project or anything I just talked about?
Will there be a barricade at the drop-off point at Hodges so nobody can accidentally continue to the elementary
Not only
drive?
we're gonna try to at least get a barricade, but there's gonna be a SRO and a very large superintendent they'll have to run over. So I make a big dent.
Okay.
But that's the plan. We'll have some people there stationed there. Now, the difficult thing is gonna be, we do have families who at a 2 o'clock dismissal will show up at 11:30.
In line. I know, that's
so-
what the end of the day is gonna be.
Yeah. So
I just
when that
can't
happens,
imagine.
you know, obviously we'll politely say, hey, you can't be here, please turn around. And we'll ask, you know, they'll turn around for us because they will be very nice to us and very pleasant to work with.
The other thing is projected rain.
We'll have an umbrella. I mean.
That would just be,
Yeah, right now, I think Ms. Black looked, last time she looked, the weather was supposed to be on our side.
I'm not looking a lot because I can't change it. but-
Yeah.
Just
deny until it happens.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I looked at the weather too, it's supposed to be sunny.
Yeah.
Today, tomorrow rain, the rest of the week sunny, so.
No, that's more.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, we'll do the best we can.
Were we, I remember we had some openings for pairs that we still needed. Were those able to be filled since we can't?
As long as you guys hire everybody who is recommended to you tonight, we are 100% fully staffed.
So that'll kind of help with, since fourth grade is not adding a new teacher, just kind of making sure they have that extra help.
Right, we will, yes,
Okay.
there is somebody specifically designated to that fourth grade.
Okay.
To help them out.
Okay. That was it then.
Anything else from me?
No,
No,
you
I
had,
would
you already
forward.
said how many FOIAs you had?
Yeah, 2.
Okay.
2.
I couldn't remember. Okay, then next we have our, any updates on our committee meetings. I know not everybody meets every month, but just kind of in every meeting, we'll kind of just hit them real quick if we are. So I know PTO meets for sure before we do.
Yeah, that's where I was earlier, and I got these fancy, they made these awesome magnets with all of the important days like no school, early release. Of course, they put PTO meeting dates, which I'm pretty sure are also board meeting dates.
Yep.
Usually always.
So nobody
before.
can forget.
Yeah.
Early pickup, all that's jazz. They also gave me this quick little sheet that's full of all the things that they've done in the last year. And it's a lot, but I was gonna read a couple of them. Back to school treat bags and lunch for BES staff, and I do believe they're doing lunch for the BES staff tomorrow.
That's true.
The Fall Moms fundraiser, they raised $6,000 last year, and elementary parents, that paperwork's coming on Friday. Let's see, gifted BES teachers, all BES teachers with a $100 Amazon gift card to help purchase classroom items. They provided students in 3rd through 5th grade last year with daily treats and incentives during the state testing week, which I know my oldest enjoyed. Yeah, and they donated more supplies, so they're doing lots of good stuff.
And do they have any upcoming events or anything they need anyone for, other than the mums, I guess? So that'd be the newest thing.
Not yet, no. There's a family reading night, I believe it's August 30, but they have that covered.
Okay, and then we have, let's see, that's what I wanted to pull. I don't know, has the Beecher Education Foundation started off, am I anything?
They had to unfortunately postpone their meeting tonight, so it's rescheduled for next Monday. So hopefully at the next board meeting, I will provide an update.
Usually the Beecher Scholarship Committee doesn't meet until towards the end, so I'm guessing they haven't. Yeah. Okay. Beecher Chamber of Commerce, have they had anything or contact you or anything? Not yet. Okay. Beecher Athletic Booster Club.
Yes, they've had a couple of meetings. I know people have asked, they used to have a booster club here years and years and years ago that just went away. And so it was restarted, and it's an independent organization of anybody. And if you have gone to at least the high school, the open house of the freshmen, they have Bobcat Pride signs. And I know someone had done them years ago, so they created them, so if anyone wants to purchase them, you can find the Booster Club on Facebook. They're $20, and it's one of their fundraisers.
Well, I think they're going to be at every open
Yes,
house, right?
so they're going to be at the elementary and the high school, the junior high open house, and you can get one with a stake for your lawn.
$20 cash.
Yes, cash, $20, and you get a beautiful sign for your lawn. Their goal is just to raise money to support the activities, athletics, clubs, whatever, and to start raising funds to be able to support whomever asks, however that is. So you can ask the Booster Club how that is going to happen. And they are raising money with banners in the gyms, so when people start coming for basketball games or whenever they get them up, you might see banners of businesses, local and nearby businesses in the gyms. They are going to do some other fundraisers during basketball games, something around Halloween, and a couple other ideas that have been floating around. So just look for them on Facebook, and every month that there's an update. But they've started to raise some money, so it's getting going.
And I'm assuming during Institute Day, you'll kind of address that if any clubs or organizations want money, they need to go to them.
So we have to be, whenever the Booster Club is ready to donate money, I will be in contact with it's now Bill Gleason, our attorney, to make sure that we do everything that's on the up and up. I don't think Booster Club at this time has an official come and request money. I think their policy, their philosophy is going to be, we have a sum of money, we're now going to donate it to the school. And so in that case, I have to make sure with Bill that everything that when we accept that monetary amount, that it's not violating Title IX or anything like that. So I think it's not like the foundation hasn't come and asked us and we'll designate it. It's more of, hey, we have this, we would like it to go towards soccer.
Or the huddle or whatever.
Something, but it can't be you can't say this is for girls basketball.
Okay.
That'd be a violation of Title IX. And so we'll make sure that once that is brought in, we'll follow all the laws.
So yeah, they're working with whomever to make sure that everything's in order and however it's set up, so.
Okay, and then Beecher Youth Commission, do they have anything coming up? Usually they do back to school, or they just had something, right? A couple weeks ago, I think.
We did just have something. We are actually going to have a table set up at open house at the elementary tomorrow night, so just to kind of get the word out there, and hopefully, if anybody's interested in volunteering, that might give them some good information. We are doing a fundraiser. It's called Parents Night Out. Elementary kids, flyers are coming home. But we'll have some information on that as well. And as always, we do want to thank the schools for putting the flyers out and sending them home with the kids, because that's a huge help. But just definitely, hopefully, parents will check out the fundraiser and the information. It's just raising funds so we can continue to put on the events for the kids. I know that in October we're working on planning something for October. So after Parents Night Out, that'll be our next event. More to come.
Okay, sounds good. Are we good? Do you have any update for cards?
I want to tell you how much I like the fact that you guys are now able to report what the community is doing for our kids. before, there wasn't a lot of that communication, so I think that's a huge step forward for this board, for this community, so.
I'm hoping it
On my
helps
behalf,
to
thank
get
you.
the word out. Like you said, if it's all right here and you can kind of join and see it, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt anyway. Okay, so moving on to old business. So we need a motion to approve the fiscal year 24 GDI contract for $17,691.59 per month for janitorial services at the elementary and the junior high schools.
So moved.
Second. Herman?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Whitling? Yes. Diachenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the second reading of Press Plus 111 and 112.
So moved.
Second.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Whitling?
Yes.
I'm sorry? Yes.
Okay.
Diachenko?
Sorry.
Yes.
Cleared my throat.
Hanson?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, I need a motion to proceed to executive session for the purpose of R5 ILCS 120-2, 5 ILCS 120-2, 11, and 5 ILCS 120-2, 2.
So moved.
Second. Flores?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Whitling? Yes. Diachenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Motion carried.
May I know the time? No, but do you want me to know the time?
Do I what?
Do you want me to know the time? Okay, so we're coming back into regular board session at 7:20 PM on August 14th. Our next item would be,
Contract.
okay, see, right? Wait, no, I got pages.
13A.
Okay, 13. I was on the wrong, moving on up too far. Okay, so I need a motion to approve the agreement between Beecher 200U and the Teamsters Local 777 as presented. Do I need to add pending they ratify?
So this is just your
Just-
acknowledgement
okay.
of it, you are not ratifying the contract.
Well, I know,
So-
but I need,
Yeah.
I didn't know if I need to say
Yep.
per their ratification. Nope, okay.
So moved.
Second.
Missouri?
Yes.
Whitling? Yes. Diachenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, need a motion to approve the posting of the fiscal year 24 budget for public display.
This does not mean that this is not an approval of the budget, this isn't.
We have to have it for 30 days?
Correct, it has to be posted in a newspaper and on-site for 30 days. This is not, again, I want to read it, this does not mean you agree to what's in there. We will have a finance meeting in September before its approval, but we need to get it displayed, and we'll actually know that display date once we have a conversation at the end of the board.
Okay.
So,
So moved.
Second.
Whitling? Yes. Diachenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Missouri? Yes. Motion carried.
Okay, so before I start personnel, is there any items that anybody wants to move out to an individual vote, or are they fine bundled as they are presented? Good. Okay, okay. So I need a motion to acknowledge the resignation of the high school drama sponsor, Josie Hurling.
So moved.
Second.
Diachenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Whitling?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Sadly, yes.
means we're looking, Larry.
I don't know, somebody's into it.
Need a motion to acknowledge the retirement of elementary school first grade teacher Kathy Stolarick, fiscal year 26.
Good for her. So moved.
Second.
Hanson?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Flickman?
Yes.
Diachenko?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, here's my long one. If I butcher your name, I apologize ahead of time. I need a motion to approve the employment of elementary school teacher aide Michelle Diaz, elementary school teacher aide Allison Kerr, elementary school teacher aide Rebecca Emick, oh! High school teacher aide Ryan Rosenbrock, full-time bus driver Maria Carrera, full-time bus driver Marcella Vivian, full-time bus monitor Rachel Phelps, high school math teacher Jennifer Munson, junior high and high school instructor Martin Giannotti, high school junior varsity golf coach Jeff Borst, high school bowling coach Terry Waterman, and junior high school boys basketball coach Martin Giannotti. So moved.
Second.
Herman? Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Zurich?
Yes.
Flickman?
Yes.
Diachenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
So just so you're aware, we are fully staffed with Beecher 200U with all of these hires.
Yay!
That is huge in the world of education. It
Yes,
is
it is.
huge, so,
Okay, I need a motion to increase the 200U athletic trainer compensation to $100 per night plus a seasonal family pass, sporting family pass.
So moved.
I couldn't
Second.
it just kind of sounds like a, I don't know. It's great. It's great. It just kind of sounds weird. Yeah, that's seasonal.
I know.
And wait, there's more.
Behind door number.
At the pop.
Okay, Brandy, I got a motion from Brandy.
And then Larry.
Okay. Thank you. Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Zurich?
Yes.
Flickman?
Yes.
Diachenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
I stopped.
I think you said me
Wait,
twice,
I
but it's
did.
okay. Yes, yes.
Special.
Yes.
I just need to make sure you were sure, okay?
I'm like, yes, yes. Okay, so September budget hearing date.
So, to put it into the vedette, which is the local, now we can do the Daily Journal, it's gonna cost a little more, but we can get in the vedette on August 24th, which means you have to have a budget hearing no earlier than September 24th. Now, September 25th is a Monday. Monday is your regular board meetings. So that would be my first proposal to you, is if you look at your September 25th date and see if that works for you all for a special board meeting. If not, then you gotta go.
A different night or?
Right.
Yeah.
And what did I say, it was the 24th, so.
Yeah,
25th.
24th is Sunday.
Huh?
So, yeah, but then the 24th.
Oh,
is-
24th,
yeah,
when
So
it-
it has to be
okay.
anytime
Just like a
after.
half hour before the regularly scheduled.
So
No, there's
you-
no board meeting, so
No.
this would be
Oh.
a special meeting.
Well, you would have a budget hearing. You would close the budget hearing, have a special board meeting to
Got it.
approve the
On the
budget.
25th.
Now, I'm in Springfield the rest of the week. So,
I'm in Missouri that whole week,
okay.
except for Friday. But,
It'd be too much to do with the October board meeting, the week after?
You have to have it done by September 30th and post and submit
Yeah.
to the state.
So it has to be that week.
It does unless we contact the Daily Journal. Larry, don't take offense to this.
I don't care.
6 is still
Yeah.
a quorum.
Right.
So if Larry can't make it, but everybody else can,
right,
I mean, Larry can still, obviously you can still attend the finance meeting.
Yeah,
and-
that
and-
discusses it and stuff,
Yeah.
that's just, yeah, it's just a formality on the
So it'll
25th.
be the Monday, the 25th.
Yeah.
That would be the Monday after the posting in the vedette. Otherwise, we'd have to explore the Daily Journal and move it to the week prior, but I don't know exactly what day the Journal would have it in there yet.
Just do
Right.
the 20.
September 20th.
it might be a week after you
Yeah.
ask for it.
Yeah. What,
My calendar.
Yeah, that's right.
what time?
That's cool.
I mean, 6 again, or? I mean, earlier better if that's your, well, no, you wanna make.
You-
yeah.
PTO.
PTO wouldn't be the.
No, it's not a board meeting.
I mean, it's up to you guys. The special board meeting it would be the start, and then that board meeting, my presentation will probably be 15 minutes, if that. I mean, you guys have seen it 3 times now, 2 times, 3 times.
Could everyone do 5, like an hour earlier? Or no?
Depends on the week.
Okay. probably do 6 then, I mean, keep it 6 if that's
Six
worse.
is-
I just figured it
6 would
could.
work.
All right, special.
Yeah.
Just like, for instance, today staffing, I was covering another position, so I can't commit to that, because 6 o'clock is good. That's a
Okay,
solid
that's fine.
time I know I can get here.
So 6 PM.
All right, so September 25th, we'll have it in the vidette on the 24th. Again, get it submitted to the state by the 30th.
Okay,
All right, so then when would, who's my
me,
finance?
Larry, and
Me?
I
Mandy,
assume-
I think. I'm not-
Everybody would want to be there, but I cannot do September 13th because I am going on my honor flight. So, I'm sorry, the 12th and the 13th.
It literally doesn't matter to me as long as it's after 4.
Would you like to do a finance meeting before, or after the September 11th board meeting?
Doesn't matter to me. What do you, I mean,
That's the school board meeting.
yeah.
That's a regular school board meeting,
Yeah.
yeah.
What days are it on me?
September 11th.
September 11th,
Okay.
before. It's 6. That'd be, after was fine, yeah.
Do you want to do the 4th?
Well, I just worry, I don't
Yeah.
want to put Stacy in a pickle like
Stacy,
that.
yeah,
And I know
Stacy's-
this is kind of an important one, I don't want to not have Stacy there if she wants to show up.
Make it
I can do it.
5:45 I can swing, because I haven't had a problem the last 2 being.
Oh, no, this will be a longer one.
The committee?
The finance?
The
committee?
finance
Finance.
committee meeting, yeah. Because we'll be going over just everything for the budget. Sometimes it
Just
has
put
quite
it
a few
after.
questions.
I can do it
don't
after.
think-
Okay.
I mean, because even tonight, I mean, it's 7:30.
Right.
And we had quite a bit of stuff.
All right.
For executive and stuff, so, I mean, I could see us starting at 7, still be done hopefully by 8, you know.
All right, so
I'll be
we'll
here for
do,
If the president pushes.
I'll be
Sure.
at soccer
So-
game, so just tell me when I'll walk over here.
all right, so September 11th, immediately following the regular school board meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
So 6 p.m.
Okay, is there any other committee meetings we need to look at right now that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Policy we just segregated for press class, so we don't do one of that yet.
Correct.
Transportation, no, we already got our buses and you did
Right.
your one. And curriculum, nothing's changing.
We're good.
Okay.
September 11th.
And then a November board conference attendees, or is there anyone that knows for sure now you're going? Do you need a hotel? You don't need a hotel? You're only going for the day?
I'm probably just gonna go for the day. So I
The
won't
Saturday?
hotel.
Yeah.
Still have to register.
Yes.
Oh,
So do we register ourselves or does?
No.
No, she will. But we
Okay.
just, we know for sure, yes, you're for sure, yes, because you don't get your money back after you register, and it's like $500 or more, right?
and refresh my memory, Friday or Saturday? Was it Friday or was it Saturday?
Saturday, it's all day
Yeah,
Saturday.
so we're
You
gonna
can usually
start
go Friday,
Friday.
and they'll do, it starts Friday like afternoon,
There's a
evening.
pre-
Yeah,
And then it's all day Saturday, and then Sunday morning, they have some meetings, but it's mostly Saturday.
Mostly.
Yeah.
definitely just the day. Saturday's good. Count me in.
Yes, for me.
Yes, for
Yes,
this
Jeremy.
week.
Well, look at that, you got all sorts of people. Are you-
So, but is anyone going up Friday?
I will go Friday.
Okay.
Anyone else going Friday?
No.
I'll be in Florida.
I'll go to Old Dominion.
No.
And I did, for my committee, I missed that the Beecher Chamber is having their golf outing at Cardinal Creek, September 8th.
If anybody wants to join,
Anybody wants to join,
donate.
and I'm sure the school will sponsor
Yeah,
a team.
I haven't gotten my invite on that one. Normally, yeah, I normally attend that one.
What's September 8th?
So you
What's
need
September 8th?
3 more
The
people?
golf thing.
Oh, I don't have a problem getting people.
Okay.
Nothing wrong there.
Okay, you're on.
I just gotta, all right.
I may go for the dinner,
Is that,
if I'm here.
who's in charge of, did they say who's in charge of that invite? Is it Nelson still, or is it?
Well, Larry Sanders is the.
Well, he's the president, but.
President, but I don't know
Doesn't
who.
run it, I think.
I've got
I think Nelson Collins used normally. Okay, all right, I will reach out.
All right, I can send you the mailing if you
Ooh, I like mailings.
Okay, items for the September 11th board meeting. We'll just have the budget on there, that's about it. Nothing else we need to add? No? No? Okay. We already discussed upcoming dates, so now we're on to need a motion to adjourn. All say yay.
want. Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. Adjourn. I better put that in my calendar.
I've got the signature one.